Hi guys, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with a special guest today, my friend Allie.
Hey guys!
Okay, and we ordered books from
the
book outlet. And so we're going to be doing a haul. So, Book Outlet, I actually learned about Book Outlet from another YouTuber. Her channel is Caddytastic.
Thanks, Caddytastic.
Yeah, and so Book Outlet is actually a really, really cool website.
They have all types of books for like really cheap prices.
Yeah.
So like hardcover books. I got this book for $3.99, and it's a relatively new book, and it's hardcover. So
yeah, I got this book for
and they're not previously used. They're like brand new books.
Yeah. The first book I got is Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. And this book is about a girl, and she has just published her first young adult novel. And so in alternating chapters, it's about her and her journey after publishing her novel and her actual novel. So you're reading about her and her novel in each other chapter. So yeah, it sounds really good.
And it also is as heavy as a textbook.
Yeah, it's literally
600 pages.
So the second book I got, don't blame me if I butcher your name, but it's The Winner's Curse by Marie Butowski.
Rutowski? Yeah, whatever. It's yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Well, this book is about a girl. Her name is Kestrel, and she is the daughter of a general, and she kind of falls in love with a very poor
peasant boy.
Yeah, peasant boy kind of. I think it's science fiction. So
we'll see. We'll let you know on that.
The third book I got is it's a sequel to The Madman's Daughter, and it is called Her Dark Curiosity by Megan Shepherd. I'm not going to explain this book. I'm just going to explain the first one, since you kind of need to read the first one. Okay. Well, it's about a girl named Juliet. The beginning takes place in England. It's kind of a mix between historical fiction and science fiction. And so Juliet doesn't really know her father, and she hears, like, she knows things about him. So she travels to this island that her father's on, and when she gets there, she finds out there are all these monsters and like creatures that her father has created because he's like a scientist kind of thing. And so yeah. Also, Noodles, my dog, is behind us chewing on a bone. So if you hear chewing
or weird noises not coming from us,
it's her.
Okay.
I'll insert a picture of Noodles here. But
okay.
Yeah, okay.
Do one more.
Okay. So another book I got is Starry Night by Isabel Giles, maybe? It's about a girl. She moves to Manhattan, and it kind of, I think it has to do with the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and she ends up falling in love, something like typical contemporary young adult book. I don't want to be mean, but I heard this book is terrible. All the reviews say it's bad.
Why'd you buy it?
Because I thought the cover was really pretty.
Oh my god.
It's like shiny, and the stars, and then look at the inside. It has hearts. I think it's really pretty.
That's nice. So you just stare at the cover.
It was cheap, and I don't know. We'll see. Now Allie's gonna do.
Okay.
We're gonna alternate doing books. I just
Yeah.
did a couple in the beginning since I have more than her.
Yeah, I only ordered like 5 books from Book Outlet, but the first book I got was The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. I just actually started this book this morning, and I'm only 50 pages in, but it's really good. And it's basically about Princess Leia, and she's basically forced into marriage, or into marrying this prince from another kingdom, like a neighboring kingdom, and she doesn't want to like do it, and like they do it like as a political alliance. So she runs away like on her wedding day, and basically like flees with her friend Paulina and kind of starts a new life for herself. So that's all I've got to so far, basically. But it looks really good, and I can't wait to read it. So
I heard that it is like the end is like the biggest plot twist ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Like mind blowing.
Yeah. There's potential love interests with the jilted prince that she leaves and an assassin, so that's always fun. Love triangles.
Next book I got is Wicked Girls by Stephanie Hemphill. Okay. Well, I actually already read this book. I read this in 7th grade. And oh my god, I love this book so much. It was one of my favorite books. And I borrowed it from my teacher in 7th grade. And I wanted to read it again. When I saw it online for really cheap, I had to get it. And it's actually a novel in verse.
Oh, I love that.
It's written like poetry. Yeah. About the Salem witch trials and about the 5 girls, I think that's 5, who were the accusers of they accused everyone as witches. And it's really about like their lives, and like it's kind of like the author's twist on like why they did this, basically. Yeah. I'm excited to read this again. I loved it.
So my second book is Black Watch by Jenna Burtonshaw. So when I ordered this, I thought it was the first book in the series, but apparently it's a sequel, so I was pretty upset about that. So I have to read the first one, and I don't really know what the first one is called, but I mean...
Shadow Cry.
Oh, Shadow Cry. So, I mean... It's about Kate Winters, who has a power to walk between, like, the world of life and death. So, I mean, that's always cool. And everyone wants her, and apparently there's an assassin after her named C.L.S. Dane. So, I won't tell you about the second book, because I read the summary. It sounded pretty cool, but I mean, I guess I read the spoilers for the first one, so...
You probably won't remember by the time.
Yeah, hopefully. So, yes, Black Watch.
Next one I got is The Perfectionist,
It's okay.
by Sarah Shepard, the same author that wrote Pretty Little Liars and The Lion Game. And I've read almost all of the Lion Game books and almost all the Pretty Little Liar books. And this book, the series, actually looks just like Pretty Little Liars. But, I wanted to give it a try. And it's about basically 5 girls. They have like kind of a list of people they would like to kill, and then the people on the list, or one of the people on the list, maybe, I'm not sure. He actually dies, and so they're like the suspects, the leading suspects, and they have to like kind of prove their innocence. Yeah, looks pretty cover, so. Yeah. It looks just like all of Sarah Shepard's other covers.
The next book I got was Immortal Beloved by Kate Tiernan.
I've read this.
Laura's read this. I haven't.
It's really good.
So basically it's about this girl Natasha who's an immortal, and I don't really know what kind of immortal yet, so I don't know. And she's like lives a party girl lifestyle, and she's always like going out, getting drunk, and like partying it up. But then she has like a revelation that she wants to be like good and like stop partying, so it's kind of like her transitioning to like a new life. And then she meets the quote unquote Viking god, gorgeous, undeniably sexy Rain. So I mean, that's always good. I mean, a Viking god, wow.
It's a lot of the book is her flashbacks, because she's like immortal, so she's lived since like I don't even know when she was born. She's born like a
while.
Yeah, a while. She's born a while ago.
So, and pretty cover. Yeah.
The next book I got was also by Scott Westerfeld. And it's also, Scott Westerfeld must have a thing for heavy books, because this one's paperback and it's extremely heavy too. Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Textbook. It's a very cool cover though.
Yeah, it is a really cool cover. Okay, it's Leviathan. It's kind of like, again, like kind of a science fiction-y, historical fiction mix about like World War I, but instead of the Axis and the Allies, it's like the British are fighting with creatures and like animal type things. That's what they're using, and the like German Axis power, they're fighting with like kind of steampunk machines. So it's like a cool kind of
twist. Yeah.
I heard it's good, so I want to see.
Okay, so the next book is called Wondrous Strange by Leslie Livingston, and just a little cover, you know. It's basically about like a perfectly it's about a perfectly ordinary girl named Kelly Winslow, and she's an actress, like 17, living a normal life, boring, until she discovers that there are fairies in the world, and she meets a changeling, which is like one of those like things where like the fairies take a human baby and like they put a fairy in its place and they raise the human, and then the humans raise the fairy baby, and they kind of switch when they get older. And the changeling is named Sunny Flannery, and she kind of has a thing for him, so we're gonna see where this goes. But yeah, she lives in New York.
The next 2 books I got are the second 2 books to the Ruby Red trilogy. So, Sapphire Blue and Emerald Green by Kristen Gear. It's about a girl named Gwen, and she realized I don't know exactly what it's about because I don't have the first book, so I don't want to give anything away. They're pretty covers, so yeah.
Let's hope it's.
And a lot of people have heard of these and read these, so
I haven't.
Well, you haven't, but you're special.
I know. So my next book is Starcrossed by Josephine Angelini. Very pretty cover, rainbow. And basically, I heard a lot of people read this book, but when I want to read it, it's kind of like a Greek mythology meets like normal life type thing. And the main character, Helen Hamilton, is like an average girl living in Nantucket, but she's trying to hide like these weird visions that she has, and like is trying to be normal. She has nightmares, and she wakes up like with her bed and like herself covered in dirt, and so she doesn't know where she goes. And she also has like visions of like 3 women weeping tears of blood, which are like supposed to be the fates. And then she discovers that basically she's part of an ancient prophecy that's bound to repeat itself, and we don't really know what that prophecy is. And she meets this Greek kid, Lucas Delos, and they find out they're both demigods, so that should be fun.
That's cool.
Noodles! Alright.
My next book is Cross My Heart and Hope to Die by Sarah Shepard. Well, this is the 6th book in the Lion Game series, and I have already finished the Lion Game series, but I never read this book. I skipped a book.
Weren't you confused?
I don't know. The Lion Game series is about Sutton and Emma Mercer, and Sutton in the series, Sutton is dead. And it's different than the TV show. Sutton is dead in the books, and she's kind of like talking, like she narrates the story from the dead. It's bizarre. Nice. And she's like watching her sister Emma, who has to take, like her sister is forced to take her place, and like her murderer like forces her sister to like act like she's her, because Emma was like a foster child from a different and like she was in foster care, so she didn't like know, she didn't like, nobody really, it's not like she was missing. And I read like 1 to 5, and then I didn't realize that there was a 6th and 7th book. Like I thought there was just 6 books. And so when the 7th one came out, I read the 7th one, and at first when I was reading it, I was a little confused, and I was like, I don't remember that happening. But I had read the 5th one so long ago that I was like, oh, I probably just forgot. And then when I finished the book, in the back they had like, I think they have it in this book, they had like the picture of all the books, and then I realized that there was.
And you realized.
But I realized. But now my sister's reading the series, so she wanted to order the 6th book, so she doesn't have to skip it like I did.
So my next book is, I didn't order it off a book outlet. It's actually Laura's, called Tempest by Julie Cross. She got it at Sam's Club. You could tell. It's $11.68. And basically it's about a couple, right? No, I got this. It's about a couple. Yes, it is. The girlfriend. Okay, so basically,
she's just
Jackson can travel through time, and his girlfriend, Holly, dies tragically.
In, like, the present, though.
In the present. But he tries to go back in time to reverse, like, her death. And so you're basically, like, taking on this journey with him through time, like, to try to save his girlfriend.
My next book is not mine, even. It's one my sister ordered. But I'll explain it anyway, since she ordered it off the website. Okay, it's the second book to the If I Stay series. Or duology, it's not really a series. Where she went. I don't think I have to explain it. It's by Gail Forman.
You haven't watched the movie? Watch it.
Yeah,
it made me sob.
Yeah, the movie was good. I started the first book and I didn't like it.
I thought the book was okay. I like the movie better, which rarely
the
happens. I haven't read the second one.
Elizabeth liked the book a lot, so she ordered it. Yeah.
Right. This book, An Ember in the Ashes, is also Laura's. Laura loves this book. Basically, I wanted to borrow this book from Laura because everyone said it was amazing, and Laura wouldn't stop ranting about it throughout the entire time she was reading it.
Plus
and we also take Latin together, which is like the best language ever. If you don't take it, whatever. Latin rules. Latin forever.
Okay, it takes place in like a futuristic society based off of ancient Rome, except
okay, I was close.
It's like about like the marshals and the scholars, and the marshals took over the scholars, and they made them like not really slaves, but they kind of are like basically like second-class citizens. And it's like the Marshall Empire they live in. And so she's one of the scholars, and when her grandparents are killed by a martial mask, which is kind of like a soldier, and they take her brother, because her brother was apparently a part of the resistance, and she finds out that her parents are a part of the resistance, and so then she goes undercover with the resistance and becomes a slave for the headmaster of the martial training school. Kind of like alternating chapters is from her point of view and a boy named Elias, and he's a mask at the martial training school. The whole book is mostly their stories separated, but then at the end they kind of come together. And originally this was supposed to be a standalone, but since it was like it got such good reviews, like everyone loved it. Second book is coming out next year.
They're making a movie,
and
too.
The movie's coming out in 2 years. So I have 3 more books, and so this book is Landline by Rainbow Rowell, and
it's a fun name.
If everyone's heard of Rainbow Rowell. You've heard of her, right? Fangirl. And Eleanor, okay, you have, right? Okay, good. Okay, everyone, like, I never read any of her books before, but they get such good reviews, but I haven't really heard much about this one. So this book is about the girl named Georgie, and she's not really a girl, she's married, and she has kids, and but she's kind of like a workaholic almost, and so like her family and her are supposed to go somewhere, and the day before they leave she gets a call from her TV studio where she works that she has to stay, and so when she stays home she then figures out a way to like communicate with her husband Neil in the past, and it's not really like time travel, but it's like she's talking to him. I'm assuming it's through some sort of phone because it's called Landline. So the last book I got from Book Outlet is The Tyrants Daughter, and I'm actually almost done with this book. I'm like a little more than halfway through, and it's about a girl named Layla, and her mother and her brother, and they flee from a Middle Eastern country, and in the country she wasn't actual royalty, but her father was the dictator of the country, and when he's killed, like her and her brother and her mother are all in danger. There's still like people know who they are. They live in Washington D.C., but the only way they got help from a CIA agent, and so in Washington their mother has to help a CIA agent with some undercover stuff. Yeah, it's really, really good. The last book I have, I actually didn't get from Book Outlet. I got from my boyfriend Josh.
Josh.
Okay, and it is Ready Player One. It's about this futuristic world where kind of
dystopian.
Yeah, it's a dystopian where like the world is kind of inhabitable, so people basically stay inside, and they all put on headsets and they log into this oasis, and it's like a video game where they all basically live. Creator is giving away his game, and he sets up this kind of scavenger hunt thing so that the people it's a contest that whoever finds all the clues and figures out the scavenger hunt in some way, they get the oasis.
Okay. Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Those are all the books.
Hey, that was a really, really long, it's going to be a really long video. I apologize, but thanks.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. Thanks
You
for
enjoyed it.
Thanks for watching. Okay. Bye.
Bye.